So, Nintendo has recently put out many games that people are claiming to be way too easy. There's been easy modes in pretty much all of Nintendo's platformers, from Mario to Kirby to Donkey Kong. We have the whole modern Pokemon controversy, Mario Kart Smart Steering. I guess you could make the argument of Kirby Air Riders with its really simplistic controls. There have just been a lot of measures taken in many recent Nintendo games to make their titles as easy and as accessible to the mainstream as possible. However, is this actually affecting games? Is this actually an issue? And at what point is this whole thing getting blown out of proportion? Well, let's talk about it. First off, easy modes have been in Nintendo games for years. However, they didn't really start popping up until New Super Mario Bros. Wii with the Super Guide, and since then, Nintendo games have had easy modes or have generally been easier. Whether it's the White Tanuki suit in 3D Land, 3D World, and New Super Mario Bros. 2, Assist Mode in Mario Odyssey and Donkey Kong Bonanza, XP Share in Pokemon, and many other things. However, is this necessarily a bad thing? No, not really. Nintendo has always been a company targeted more so towards families. This doesn't mean that older audiences shouldn't be playing these games anymore, because I still think anyone of any age can enjoy the games Nintendo puts out. However, I would say that you shouldn't be expecting Nintendo games to age up in difficulty with you. I see a lot of people say,
"Back in my day, games were so hard, so why are they so easy these days? Why are kids these days not capable of overcoming a challenge like they were back in my day?"
And there's actually a good counterargument for this. For one, sure, you were able to overcome challenging games back then, but how many kids were actually like you? Think about it. When most people are playing a game, the thing they want to do most is to win. Whenever a casual gamer asks you about a game, one of the first questions they'll ask you is, how do you win? And when the game is as hard as possible, not everyone can experience the game. Whether it's because they don't have the time, don't have the skills, or something else entirely, not everyone will be able to perform on the highest level possible in a game. And Nintendo, who's trying to make games the whole family can play, is something they would want to stay away from. Because if we all think back to the Wii, one thing we all remember is being able to play Wii Sports with the whole family, because it was simple and understandable for everyone, making it some of people's fondest gaming moments. This is not me saying that all games should be easy. That would be ludicrous of me to say. However, if you are expecting it out of Nintendo, the company who has made their stance on difficulty in games, I just gotta ask you to play other games. If you look at other games, you can find numerous games that have varying levels of difficulty in order to satisfy your thirst for a challenge. There's even games that have similar philosophies to Nintendo games. For example, Crash Bandicoot 4, with all of its tough speedrun levels that are really fun to complete. Or you could try Elden Ring, or Final Fantasy VII, or Monster Hunter Wilds. There's so many games out there that you could play for a challenge. There's also the argument that Nintendo should add hard modes to their games for more experienced players. I don't think this is a terrible idea. Nintendo has done it in games like Breath of the Wild, Metroid Prime 4, and the Hyrule Warriors games. However, it's one of those things where Nintendo is most likely not going to add it, so don't hold your breath. At worst, you can just wait for mods to come out for games if you really want to only play Nintendo games and have them be difficult. Overall, I truly think Nintendo games being easy isn't a bad thing. Some of my best gaming moments were playing games like Wii Sports, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 7, Mario Party Island Tour, and Smash Bros. Ultimate, and many other Nintendo games with my family and friends. And if these games were as hard as possible, I wouldn't have had these experiences because no one would want to even touch the game. Again, that doesn't mean every game should be easy, but that's why I have a PS5. So in addition to Nintendo games, I can play a vast library of games of all difficulties. So yeah, this is basically my take on difficulty in Nintendo games. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.